As a deliberate creator and as a physical creature, you have to get over the fact that you can't see your desire right now. Your manifestation is real. We tell you about the vortex, this vibrational reality where everything that you want is being held for you. And the only thing that's left for you to do is achieve vibrational harmony with that vortex. So what's in that vortex can flow into your mind, can transfer into your mind in the form of impulses and ideas. When a desire pops in your mind, when it hatches in your mind, that good feeling that you feel for a hot second before you kill with your desire, you have to maintain that good feeling for longer with the deliberate intent, with the sheer willpower of your mind. Because the emotion truly is how you maintain that momentum. When you try to force the image in your mind, it gets squarely on you. The momentum of it, the specifics of your desire have a lot more resistance than you care to realize. Because when you see yourself being rich, you don't really realize that as you see yourself being rich, you're offering resistance, because the image of being rich, you don't know where it's going to come from. So your inability to see the path, it really does cause a lot of resistance within you. But you have to get over that. You have to get over the fact that you can't see things right now. You don't know how you're going to get there. You don't know exactly when it's going to come. You have to get over all of those specifics. And we tell you have to take the emotional journey. You can't take the physical journey right now. We don't want you to go out there and spend the money that you don't have, to go on trips that you can't afford, and to do things that you don't have a capability right now. But you do have a vibrational current. You have a vibrational capability to do anything that you want. And so that's exactly what you want to start employing in your mind. You want to start creating and conjuring the emotions in your mind, not the images, the emotions in your mind. And when you start to really, here's the thing, emotions are the easiest way to have what you want. They just are, because there's not a lot of resistance in your emotions. So as you start to conjure the emotional reason why you want desire, you're in such a good place, because now the details can fill in. And as you really start to not really do this work for the results, because when you do these things, when you create the emotions for the results, guess what happens? You notice that you don't have the results. And since you don't have the results, because sometimes there does take a little bit of time, and usually it's because of this, is because as you're aware of the science part of this, and you're like, okay, when I offer a vibration, I get the results, but when the results are not there, you're taking score too early, and in you're taking score too early, you shut everything down because it's absent right now, so you can't go over that. You see, the absence of your desire is something you just have to get over, because right now it makes you feel uncomfortable. If your desire feels uncomfortable to you right now, that's why it's not coming. You have to make it feel comfortable to you. But here's the thing, you're here right now and your desire is over there. So how do you make that comfortable? So you ask, how do I make that comfortable? That's why I want to manifest it, because I want that discomfort to go away. Because if I just had this thing, then I would feel so good. And we say, well, you have all of eternity to have that feeling. You're going to have that feeling all the time, because you're a creator, and a creator always wants something. And desire is not a bad thing. It's not. The only bad part of desire is when you don't know how to line up with your desire. So when your desires torch you, when that fresh desire hatches within you, it feels good, and then you kill it with doubt. You kill it with reality. You're like, oh, I would love to be rich. I would love to be able to pay these bills comfortably and enjoy, and see, that feels good. But then you know how the human conversation goes like? It goes like, I would love to have the money and I would love to feel good, but yeah, I don't have any money. Yeah, I don't know how it's going to come. No, these things will happen to me. This is something that I don't know how it's going to come, so it's better not to expect it, because that's what everyone is doing around you. If you notice, it's a suffering Olympics out here. Whoever suffers the most gets the biggest prize. And so you're like, okay, but against all these people who are suffering so much, I'm doing better than all of them. I'm being to hold my own, because I'm suffering just a little bit more than everyone else. I'm working hard just a little bit more than anyone else, because when I feel the discomfort of not having enough money, I don't just let that feeling go. What I do is I go out there, I look for a job, I do something to make that feeling go away. But what we're saying, you don't have to do that. Now you understand that it's about the vibrational journey. It's about shifting that emotion. When you feel uncomfortable about your desire because you don't have it right now, then you can't get anywhere else. You can never have your desire, because that very uncomfortableness, that discomfort with the absence of it, it's going to stop it. It's going to stop it from ever coming. So what we're saying is that you have to get very comfortable with the fact that your desire isn't here right now. You have to get comfortable with this vibrational reality, because your desire is 99% done. But if you're taking score right now, then it's not accurate. That's why it feels negative. That's why you have negative emotion, because right now your desire is not a reality, and it's because you're not able to see it. You're not able to see it. And the thing about your inability to see your desire is that there's nothing helpful in us saying that, because if it just irritates you more. It's like, well, if I could just see it, I wish I could see it, because if I could just see it, I would see it. It's almost like, if I know all this, then why don't I have it? Why can't I see it? Well, how do I increase my ability to see it? And we're like, there you go. How do you increase your ability to see that desire? You have to tune to it. You have to literally, like, it's a radio. You have to tune to it, but it's in a vibrational form right now. So because it's in a vibrational form and it's being held in that reality, then the only way that you can translate it is not through your eyes, it's through your emotions. So that it's like, instead of going onto the radio and then knowing that you want to listen to a song and searching through every radio channel to find that song, instead of doing all that, you're just finding the emotional properties of that song. And the song has to come to you. That's the thing. It's a law. We're dealing with the law of attraction that literally manages your whole world. It has to come to you. And as you hold the emotion and as you let momentum grow, then your desire, it comes to you. It does come to you. And do you notice that when it comes to you, people say, well, you have to let it go. Once you let it go, when you detach from it, it comes to you. But we want to have a different conversation with you. We want to have a more leading edge conversation, because this is the leading edge. We take thought beyond anywhere, beyond where any human has ever gone. And instead of letting go, we want you to employ this feeling of faith or this feeling of trust. But we want to take it even more further than just faith. We want you to know that we want you to know the laws of the universe. We want you to know that you have an inner being, that you have this vibrational reality, and that it's a done deal, and that you just can't see it right now. But you're not stressed over that. You're not stressed over the fact that you can't see it right now, because you're like, that's just how it is, and it's okay. We want you to feel comfortable with the fact that you can't see your desire right now, because you can vibrationally feel it, and that's enough for you right now. That's enough for you to not freak out about it. That's enough for you to not feel so uncomfortable with the absence of your desire. Because if you feel comfortable in the absence of what you want, it has to come to you. And the reason why it's not coming to you is because you don't truly feel comfortable in the absence of your desire. And ultimately, what's slowing everything down is because you understand this. You're a deliberate creator. You know what it means to feel good. You know what it means to feel tuned into source energy. You get all this. And the rest, the delay, is really because of you're a sloppy thinker. You're employing sloppy thinking. You are being a sloppy thinker. There's sloppy thinking on this subject and this subject. And the root of really what sloppy thinking comes from is that you think the universe is listening to your words, but it's not listening to your words. It's listening to your vibration. It's hearing your vibration. It's hearing what you're really saying. So while you're saying, oh yeah, like I feel good about money, you're saying, well, I don't feel good about money at all, and I don't know where it's gonna come from. You're hiding with what. And so the true gift and the true talent that really you start to really understand while you understand all of these laws of the universe is the art of soothing yourself. You have to learn how to soothe yourself. You have to learn how to bring yourself back into the vortex. You have to talk to yourself like a little child. You have to talk to yourself like someone that you would want to empower, and you don't want them to feel bad, because you know how good life is for them. You know how talented they are, and you just want to make them feel better, because they don't deserve to feel bad, because they're such a good person. That's how you want to see yourself, because this is not a worthy game, because the universe is not saying, oh, we have this board, and if you don't reach our, if you don't reach our conditions, then you can have it, because it's not that you're good and that's why you can have your desires. It's not like that at all. You've asked for it, and since you've asked for it, it's given to you, but you have to match it. And your ability to match it is all about your ability to hold and hone in that emotion long enough that details can start to fill in. Because instead of staying in that place where the desire feels fresh and it feels new and it feels good and it feels fun and it feels exciting and enthusiastic, you're killing it with doubt. And then you're like, where is it? And a lot of the times your doubt comes from not being able to see it. But what we're saying is you just have to get over that. You have to get over the fact that you can't see it right now, because the thing is, it's not like there's a lag. In reality, there's a lag, but the lag is not as long as you think. The lag is because if you fill the lag with, oh, I feel good about this desire, even though it's not here yet. I feel good in the absence of it, because I know, because I know how to go into the vortex no matter what state I'm in, no matter what I'm looking at. I can find unconditional alignment. I know I want to feel good. When that's the conversation that you have, then everything has to come to you. It just has to come to you. It's the law. It is a law of attraction. It's a law of the universe. And so things get very interesting when you start to really do this, when you start to really feel good in the absence of what you want, when you start to really, be like, you know what, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna give up on the subject. I'm gonna leave the subject alone, and I don't know. And we want you to, that's what surrendering is. But surrendering isn't giving up the desire, it's giving up the resistance. It's saying, well, I don't need to figure this out. I don't need to figure this out because I don't know how I'm going to figure it out. So I'm going to give it to the universe, and the universe will get back to me when it's time. That's the attitude that we want you to start to really use, because there's the stream, and you don't have to fight the stream anymore. Everyone is fighting the stream. Everyone is saying things like, well, no one really gets what they want. Everyone has to struggle and work hard and sacrifice. And we're saying, no one does. Because that's where all the awards are from. People are awarded for how hard they work. You don't want to be known as a hard worker. You don't want to be known as someone who's strong. You want to be known as someone who's a vibrational expert. You want to be known as someone who can tell when they're off, so they don't move in action. They don't move forward when they feel bad. You don't want to be someone who's known for their grit, because you don't move forward in negative emotions. You take the time to tune into your source. You take your time to ignore reality so much that you can find alignment with source, and then in your alignment with source, you're more productive than a team of 100,000 people, because that clarity is unrivaled. Seriously, 1 second of alignment is more powerful than 2,000 hours of hard work. It's just the leverage of non-physical energy. It's the leverage of feeling good, and you literally see the results in your life. You can actually see results as soon as possible. You really could. You can even see results as soon as today. It's only when you start to use these things, and you start to use the theories and the subjects and the way that we talk about things, and really see the results of them, because the words really don't teach. It's only your life experience that teaches you. And what we're saying is that, here's the thing, how you feel and what you get is always a match. But when you deal with things emotionally, it's like you're not looking for that song on the radio channel, you're dealing with the radio channels individually. So here's the thing about your desire for money. If you talk about why you want it, you get to the vibrational essence, and that vibrational essence, that very vibrational channel, is very general. Because when you're talking about clarity, you can mean clarity about anything. You don't even need to be talking about clarity about money, but that clarity that you feel, that clarity is so interesting, because as you hold to that clarity, the details literally start to fill in. You start to get ideas in your mind. That's usually what happens. That's phase one, not phase one, but that's the first thing that happens when the momentum kicks in. When you hold a thought for more than 17 seconds, another thought like that comes. And the thoughts usually come, ideas come in first, the clarity, the understandings are like, oh, the aha, the eureka moments, like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do now. That's what, and then the ideas come, you start meeting people, then you start seeing examples of people who once were like you, and they are exactly doing what you want to do, and they're successful. You see, it's all about becoming a match. It's all about becoming a match. And here's the thing, you are the one who introduces resistance. But you know why source energy doesn't bully you or doesn't care? And do you even know why source energy has your back all the way and is always reorienting themselves according to where you are and what you're offering and what beliefs you hold in this now moment? It's because source is eternal, and source, they're not in a hurry to get where you want to go, because source is already where you want to be. Source is the person. Source is that version that has everything that you want. Source is already there. Source is already rich. And so source is chilling. So you have all of eternity, but it just, all of eternity doesn't mean that you don't want to get it all now. All of eternity means that you want to let go of resistance. You want to let go of the gap. You want to understand that, you know what, I'm always going to be in a place where I'm going to have something that I don't have right now. I want something that I don't have visible, logical means to right now. And I have to get over that. I have to get over the gap. And I have to really understand that I'm always going to be in this position. So I might as well make peace with it. I might as well just give up the struggle and just go with the flow and let the universe do everything and feel, so I can just feel good. Feeling good really is it's a T. Feeling good really is the skill that you want to master. It's a feeling of being nice to yourself. It's that soothing yourself. It's okay, you know, it's fine. It's all good. This happened to me and I hate it. And sometimes feeling good, sometimes the art of chilling out really is feeling angry sometimes, well, but only you will know. That's the thing. Not everyone wants to be leading edge, because not everyone wants to follow their guidance system. They would rather follow someone else and use them as their guidance system. Tell me what I can do that will make me feel good. We're saying, how backwards is that? What we're saying is get connected to your own source, reduce your resistance, lower your resistance, so that when you lower your resistance, you can go into the vortex, and then your inner being can have a conversation with you. And what does that mean? When your inner being or your higher self has a conversation with you, what does that sound like? Thing is, it just sounds like thoughts that you have not thought. It's like, but the thing is, it's your voice. It's your voice that's thinking. So you think, that's what we're saying. Usually everyone is connected to source, but in the freshness of a desire being trampled or muted by resistance, the resistance goes in the driving seat, and it literally mutes the quality of your desire, mutes your desire. So that desire never sees the light of day. But now you know that, yo, I gotta keep this desire up. I gotta keep the dream alive. I gotta start feeling better about my desire. And what does that really mean? That means that I have to get over the fact that I can't see it. You have to get over that. That's something that you have to get over. And we almost want to say, don't even expect your don't expect your desire. It's not like don't expect it instantly, but it's don't need the results right now. Don't be looking for the results right now. Don't be like, oh, like, where's the results? Because that's not the attitude of knowing the laws of the universe. Someone who knows the laws of the universe knows that I can't see it yet right now, but I can feel it. But someone would be like, well, that must mean I'm not a creator, because if I can't see it right, if I can have it automatically, then I'm not a creator. But we're saying you are the best creator that this time has ever seen. You are so leading edge. And you know what? If you instantly got something that you just thought of, you would have a lot of issues. Because imagine if you had imagine if every time you thought about getting hit by a car, you got hit by a car. But that's the thing though. You're lucky you have that lag time. And ultimately, resistance is self-inflicted, but you're getting better at this. You're getting better at being nicer to yourself. You're getting better at using the laws in the universe. You're getting better at depending less on your action and expecting more with your vibration. And so things really start to get interesting. And this is a leading edge. This is a place where we truly meet to discuss and have a workshop, because we want you to have your desires. We want you to have everything that you want. But there are some things that you really have to understand, is that you're really source energy, and that you have to be vibrational. And if you're not feeling good, it's because you're not being vibrational. We have to reorient you to being vibrational, because you truly are vibrational. You are the leading edge. You are the most expanded part of humanity and non-physical energy. You're the one who's telling source energy where you want to go. Source energy is going there on your behalf. Source energy is your ambassador, the same way that you are the ambassador of source energy. So friends, continue on your path. You're doing very well. You are. Here's the thing, even if you never listen to us, you would still be on your way because you understand all this. You resonate with it because you know about your guidance system. It's not exactly rocket science. It's not exactly something that's so complicated that when something feels good, if I should focus on it, and when something feels bad, I should bail. But not everyone knows that. Not everyone is really willing to be on a leading edge. And ultimately, you're old. You've been here many times, and you truly came in here in this lifetime to have it all. You're like, I'm gonna really understand this lifetime. I'm gonna really get it, because here's the thing: we've met you in all the generations. There are always those who are on the leading edge, who are translating source and beckoning people who are asking those questions and answering those questions about the leading edge and about the nature of the universe. And with conversations like this, there's no mystery about our life anymore. There is no mystery about who you are and what you're here for. You're here for fun. You're here for good. Let the good times roll. Live happily ever after. And in living happily ever after, what that really means is satisfaction, finding satisfaction now, feeling as good as you can right now, feeling for relief. And where relief truly comes from is understanding that, you know what I want isn't here yet, but I'm just gonna leave that alone now. I'm gonna let that go, and I'm gonna go and have fun with my life.